Today we're going to be talking about Jack Doherty. Welcome to Shit of the Week. So Jack Doherty, for those who don't know, is a YouTube prankster. Or should I say YouTube menace. He'll basically go around just pissing people off to the point of them hitting him or just pure threatening him. And make no mistake, every single punch he gets, he deserves. Now, I've been meaning to talk about this guy for a while, but seeing him and his face that looks like it's been stung by a million wasps has really pissed me off to my core. Every time I see him, I just want to punch him in the face. Now, his recent content, which has kind of got him into a lot of shit, has been him going around basically getting in people's faces. Now, instead of him taking, responsibility for this, or even taking the brunt of what actually happens or the repercussions, he has hired a bodyguard. So basically what he'll do is he'll go up in people's faces, piss them off to the point of them actually threatening him, and his bodyguard will step in and basically push them away. And now, to make matters worse, he doesn't just stop there, he then taunts them behind the bodyguard's back. Now, before I get into tearing into this little dickhead, I want to talk more about his bodyguard. Now, I feel kind of bad for his bodyguard in a way, mainly because he has to work with Jack Doherty himself, but also because he gets put in a lot of fucking harm's way. Now, I know it's his job and all, but personally, it looks more like, when a lawyer basically has to stick up for a paedophile. That's pretty much this guy's job in a nutshell, right? He doesn't want to do it. He thinks the guy's a piece of shit, but he has to do it because he's getting paid to. Now, don't get me wrong, his bodyguard could be just as much of a dickhead as he is, and seeing some of the videos and the way he deals with things kind of shows that he might be, but at the end of the day, he's just doing a job, and I'm not going to bash him for it. If anything, I just feel sorry that he has to be around this little fucking dweeb 24/7. Now, Jack Doherty was also on Dr. Phil quite a few years ago. I like to call it the Fat Jack era, which kind of suited him a bit better than what he looks like now. At least his face suited his body. But yeah, like I said, he was on the Dr. Phil show, basically about all the pranks that he was doing on YouTube. He even had his dad on there, who, to be honest, looks like a pretty shitty parent in my opinion that can't control his kids. But it got to the point of Dr. Phil actually kicking him off the show. Now, this is because he is an insufferable piece of shit. Like, could you imagine being so annoying that even Dr. Phil, who deals with dickheads 24/7, kicks you off of his show? His job is to deal with people like that, and he couldn't even deal with this guy. That's how annoying this guy is. He shows no remorse for anything he does. He's basically just the class clown 24/7. That's his whole personality. He likes to play the villain, and for some people that works. I see a lot of people on the internet doing social media that like to play out like they're dickheads, and that's for clout. It gets clicks. Obviously, look, I'm making a video on him now, but that's not always a good thing. Now, if you're known as a dickhead online, right, and that's just your personality, people are going to assume that's you 24/7. That's just what you're like. And to be honest, I think Jack is actually like this. I don't see him being a very nice person to be around, especially because recently he nearly killed his girlfriend in a fucking golf carting accident.
Oh, fuck.
Now, he was just being a dickhead, driving his golf cart about like a knob and put other people in danger. He seems to have a habit of doing this, putting other people in danger and not taking responsibility for it. Now, I'd like to take a moment real quick just to kind of bash his face. I know it seems very odd, but he has a very strange face. Now, I'm not one to normally bash appearances, but this guy's so much of a dickhead that I will do it. He's the sort of guy that would do it to other people, so I feel like it's only fair. I think he looks like if Flat Stanley was blown up with a bike pump. Alright, that's what his face looks like. It looks like it's been ran over and then blown back up. Like, could you actually imagine being friends with this dickhead? Could you actually imagine that? I feel like if you was friends with him, you'd have to be just as bad as him to tolerate him. It's like, when you go out and you see a bunch of dickheads that are all drunk and they're all just intolerable to be around. That's Jack 24/7 without alcohol. This pure dickhead, douchebag energy just reeks off of him. Now, I think personally, Jack's probably this way due to his upbringing, and that would be mainly due to his parents. I don't think they're good parents. From what I saw on the Dr. Phil show, it didn't look like they were very good at handling their kids. They just kind of let them get away with anything. It seems like they're kind of rich parents that gave their kids too much money, and let them get away with murder. That's the sort of vibe I get in this situation, He reeks rich kid energy, you know what I mean? Like people that just have so much money that they think everybody's below them and that they can just do whatever they want. He even goes and flexes his money on Twitter, Here's some pictures here of him just flexing his money, wasting it on pointless shit that he doesn't even need. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably asking like how he gets his money, and it's not due to his content really. I feel like a lot of his content probably gets demonetized unless he's streaming on Kick. But a lot of his money comes from OnlyFans. Yes, he has an OnlyFans. This guy that looks about 12 years old has an OnlyFans. He doesn't just have his own OnlyFans though, he also runs women's OnlyFans as well. And he won't let you forget that, okay? All the money he seems to flex is from these OnlyFans accounts, all right? It's a bit weird. And also, I just want to point out that obviously his audience isn't adult, right? His audience is obviously for kids, because I don't know what adult would be sat there watching his stuff, you know, unless they want to sit there and take the piss out of him. I don't know who's just going to be sitting there going, yeah, let's watch a Jack Doherty video, unless they're like 13 years old. So for him to have an OnlyFans is kind of a bit weird. Now, I'm not saying that he's pushing his OnlyFans to kids. All I'm saying is his audience is kids, and I don't see people going out their way, adults, to look for Jack Doherty OnlyFans. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's a bit sus. I also want to point out the fact that when people say that they run OnlyFans accounts, or like they run women's OnlyFans accounts, no matter how you put it, it always kind of sounds like sex trafficking. You know, I know it probably isn't, but that's what it sounds like. It's just a bit weird. That might just be me. That just might be a me thing that feels that way. But I thought I'd point that out. It's always like, oh yeah, we run women's OnlyFans accounts. Why? Why do you do that? It's a bit weird. They can do it themselves. You know, it's not that hard to do. Now, obviously, with all the actions that Jack does, you would think he'd be probably about like 16 years old, but he's actually 20 years old. Okay, like this guy is an adult. Being 20, I will class you as an adult. I won't class him as an adult though. I'll class him as a little boy, because that's how he acts. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking that I'm being too hard on the guy, but trust me, if you go and watch any of his content and you don't feel enraged by what he does and how he acts, then you're probably just as bad as him. And I don't know what's wrong with you. Probably go and seek some help. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Rant over, vent over. I've done my video on Jack Doherty now. I'm never ever going to watch anything that he's ever again. Sorted. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a good Christmas also that's just gone. I hope you had a good one. I hope you got everything you wanted. And I hope you have a good new year as well. This is the last video of the year. There will be another video coming out shortly, but after that, there might be a bit of a delay on videos as I'm moving house. So yeah, bear with me on that, but I'll keep you updated in the community notes. And yeah, thank you for this year. It's been crazy. It's actually been insane. The growth has been mental. Thank you very much. I can't thank you enough, really. It's been sick. But yeah, anyways, guys, take it easy. I'll see you again next week. Goodbye.